criminal justice system of the Philippines has been known to be tweaked and bended in some cases even in the past, but of course there will always be a due process. So to dissect and understand our criminal justice system, here is April 2016 Criminology Licensure Examination Top 4, Mr. Apollo Batausa Jr.
Criminal justice system in the Philippines was patterned after the US version. In USA, they have police, court, and correction, while in the Philippines, we have 5 pillars. Aside from the 5 pillars, meron din tayong tinatawag na most pampered man in the criminal justice system, which is the accused, and the forgotten man in the criminal justice system, which is the victim. Here are the basic concept of our Philippine criminal justice system. Number 1, law enforcement pillar. It comprised of different law enforcement agencies in the Philippines kasama ng NBI, PDEA at ang PNP. Ang law enforcement o crime mover ng ating CJS ay nagsisimula once the crime has been committed by investigation. Sa Pilipinas, meron tayong 2 methods of arrest. Pwedeng arrest with warrant and warrantless arrest. Meron tayong 6 na grounds sa warrantless arrest. Number 1, in flagrante delicto or caught in the act. Kung ang isang tao ay nag-commit, nagko-commit, or attempting to commit of a crime. Number 2, hot pursuit. Kung ang isang tao ay meron tayong probable cause based on personal knowledge of fact and circumstances na yung tao na yon ay nag-commit ng crime. Number 3, arrest of an escapee or fugitive from justice. Pwede nating arestuin ng isang bilanggo na tumakas sa kulungan o kung saan mang lugar na nagsaserve siya ng final judgment o tumakas siya habang nililipat ng isang kulungan papunta sa ibang kulungan. Number 4, arrest after escape or rescue. If a person lawfully arrested, escaped, or rescued, pwede siyang arestuin ng walang warrant of arrest anytime and anywhere in the Philippines. Number 5, accused out on bail departing from the Philippines. Kung ang akusado ay nakalaya pansamantala dahil nagpiyansa, pero siya ay nagtangkang lumabas ng Pilipinas ng walang court permission, pwede siyang arestuin ng walang warrant of arrest. And number 6, bondsman arrest. Second pillar is the prosecutor or the prosecutorial arm of the government. The National Prosecution Service is under the Department of Justice. Kapag ang isang tao ay nasampahan ng kaso, tinatawag na natin siyang respondent. Meron 3 function ng prosecutor. Number 1, they conduct preliminary investigation kung ang kaso ay punishable na at least 4 years, 2 months, and 1 day para malaman kung merong probable cause para ituloy ito. Pangalawa, they conduct proper recommendations sa mga kaso na nirefer sa kanila ng mga pulis during the inquest. Pangatlo, they represent the government during the prosecution of the case against the accused. The third pillar is the court or the final arbiter of justice. Kapag ang isang tao ay sinampa na ang kaso sa korte, ang tawag natin sa kanya ay akusado. Sa Pilipinas, meron tayong 4 level of court. The first level composed of Metropolitan Trial Court, Municipal Trial Court, Municipal Circuit Trial Court na kung saan meron silang exclusive jurisdiction sa mga violation ng municipal and city ordinance. Sa second level, meron tayong tinatawag na Regional Trial Court. Sila yung may jurisdiction sa lahat ng criminal case na 6 years pataas ang parusa kasama na yung mga kaso ng public officer employee basta hindi papasok sa jurisdiction ng Sandigan Bayan. Sa third level, andyan ang Court of Appeals, Sandigan Bayan at Court of Tax Appeals. Sa Court of Appeals, yan ang second highest tribunal of the land. Ang Sandigan Bayan o Anti-Graft Court ang may jurisdiction sa mga criminal and civil case na mga public officer and employee na may kinalaman sa Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. Ang Court of Tax Appeal naman ang may jurisdiction o power to review by appeal sa mga kaso na dinesisyonan ng Bureau of Internal Revenue. Sa fourth level naman, andito ang Supreme Court or the highest court of the land na binubuo ng 14 associate justices and 1 chief justices na kung saan meron silang power na judicial review o the power to declare a law unconstitutional. The fourth pillar is the correction or the weakest pillar in the criminal justice system. Kapag ang akusado ay napatunayang guilty by final judgment, hindi na natin siya tatawagin prisoner o inmate. Ang bagong tawag na natin sa kanya ay person deprived of liberty. We have 2 basic approach in correction. Number 1 is institutional correction, wherein the rehabilitation takes place inside the jail or prison. Meron 3 tayong leading agencies para dito. Unang-una, DILG, under niya yung BJMP para sa mga kasong eksaktong 3 taon o 3 years pababa. Under ng BJMP ang lahat ng city, municipal at district jail. Pangalawa, DOJ. Under ng DOJ ang Bureau of Correction para sa mga kasong 3 years pataas. Pangatlo, DSWD para sa mga batang nag-commit ng crime o tinatawag nating child in conflict with the law. The second approach is the so-called community-based correction or the non-institutional correction na kung saan ang rehabilitation ay nangyari outside the prison or wall tulad ng probation, parole, and other program. The fifth pillar is the community or the so-called most important pillar. The community became part of our criminal justice system within the framework of crime prevention and help in the reintegration of the person deprived of liberty to live a new life in the society. I am Apollo Sibatausa for CBRC News Live.
Eagles, we only have 4 days to go until the ultimate finale coaching at the Philippine Arena on Sunday, September 23.
1. Ultimate Reviewer.
4 icons,
30. Let Top-Notchers.
17 national reviewers,
10. VIP Guests. 1. Philippine Arena. This is your final week to grab your tickets to the best review of your lives.
We ask so you may know. We feature so you may appreciate. We inform so you may decide. We balance so you may judge. I'm Joy Ziranara, and this is CBRC News Live FYI. Good evening.